can Fernando Alonso save Aston Martin? With the recent announcement that he'll be staying in Formula 1 for a few more years now, with this time left, can he salvage the dying Aston Martin F1 team and bring them to championship contention where they all want to be? I'm not gonna lie, this really caught me off guard. I'm more surprised by this announcement than Sebastian Vettel retiring. I really thought he'd just stay at Alpine. I mean, look, he's in his sort of post-retirement era, so it makes sense that if he really wanted to stay in Formula 1, he'd just stay with one team. He wouldn't bother to go anywhere else. But I guess this guy really wants to keep racing. But like, do not get me wrong, he is one of the most talented F1 drivers ever. He probably deserves more championships than he has, and he's been so close to getting those extra championships. And the thing is as well, he's still one of the best drivers on the grid. But you've got to remember, there's only 20 seats on the Formula 1 grid. And if Alpine arguably have the brightest prospect in years coming through their ranks and they need to get him to F1, I'm sure they'd sack off Fernando Alonso if they could have a prime version of Fernando Alonso in Oscar Piastri. I think a lot of people, including myself, thought that Piastri would be going to Williams next season. And in the last couple of days, there were rumours that he'd be going to McLaren. But then, of course, he's just been announced as Alpine's new driver for the next season. Okay, as I'm editing this, the plot has thickened. Oscar Piastri just said he's not driving for Alpine next year. What? They put it out, but he's not what? Anyway, back to normal. So quickly, what do Williams do? Well, I think the two main contenders are probably Logan Sargent, as he's also getting an FP1 session in COTA. And then another one could be Nick de Vries because of the Mercedes ties. But Toto Wolff has said that he might have to let Nick de Vries go, because the guy is getting pretty old now. Hey, if you enjoyed the video, could I please ask you to subscribe? And that's the only time I'll ask. Thanks. So can Fernando Alonso save Aston Martin? Well, I think so. I think currently he is performing better than Sebastian Vettel. That may be due to the Alpine car being quicker than the Aston Martin car. But overall this season, I think he has been better than Sebastian Vettel. He's also been in F1 much longer than Sebastian Vettel, so we can offer more and more experience and more feedback. And then hopefully he can really help that car develop. And then of course, Aston Martin had their new factory open in January. And a lot of people are expecting these guys to do well after this opens. And then of course, there's Lawrence Stroll, who may not be the best team manager and may not create the best working environment, but he is rich. He has a lot of money to throw at this team to help them succeed. And the fact that he also has a personal stake in the Aston Martin brand, he's probably more inclined to help the team grow. Now, the only thing I think that is stopping Fernando Alonso from elevating this team from pretty much backmarkers to championship winners is his teammate, Lance Stroll. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't think Lance Stroll is a good driver. He's had his odd moments of glory. Obviously, Turkey's won and he's had a couple podiums here or there. But this season, he's like struggled to get out of Q1 a few times. And to have a team do really well, you need to have both drivers doing very well. I mean, sure, you can have one driver doing way better than the other. I mean, just look at McLaren right now. Lando Norris is carrying that team. But imagine if Daniel was up there as well. They'd be miles away from Alpine. I think the only problem with Fernando Alonso moving there, though, is the car. You see, it takes time to develop a good car and a good team. And right now, they're pretty bad. And if the development only gets a boost in January, it will still take a few years after that to reap the rewards. And remember, Fernando Alonso is 41 years old. He's the most experienced Formula 1 driver of all time. Now, yes, he said himself that he can still win a championship, and he thinks he's still fit enough and has enough talent to do so. And I'm sure Aston Martin will keep him if he keeps performing how he is in Alpine. It's just the fact that he's getting old pretty quickly. And if he's on a multi-year contract, let's say that's 2 years, he'll be 43. Just had a little Will Buxton moment there. I apologize. But still, that's old. I think it was obvious that Alpine wanted Oscar Piastri, and I'm not sure if he was kicked out or he left on his own accord. Either way, I'm pretty sure he saw it coming, so hopefully he can really start to build the team up a bit. I just think Aston Martin needs some reliable, stable, and decent drivers. Lance Stroll is reliable, to say the least. He's going to be there for a while, but is he good? Again, debatable. So if worse comes to worse, Fernando Alonso doesn't do well. It's like he was at McLaren again, and it was all good. It really wasn't. So I do think it was a bit of a mistake going to Aston Martin. But like I said, he is a very, very good driver, so maybe he can save. But what do you think? Do you think this was a good move for Fernando Alonso? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out this one right here about Sebastian Vettel's retirement. It's a great one. You'll love it. Trust me. Go on, click it. It's right there. Oh, I hit my microphone. Ouch. Click it. It's great. Trust me.